Good morning, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we're going to be going to a Home Depot right off of Custer Road in Plano, Texas. So we'll see what kind of plants they have here, if they've done a restock. I really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in to the live chats during the premieres. I premiere videos at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day, so hopefully we can grow that connection. But as you guys can see, we're going to go ahead and walk into this Lowe's. I haven't been here in quite a while. So it looks like they have a setup right over here with plants. It looks like they have a couple of shelves here with some Nature's Way potted up plants. So it looks like we have some pothos. We have a Sansevieria with a neon pothos right over here. And then we have a ZZ plant for $14.98. That's a pretty looking ZZ right there by Vigoro. So what I want to try to see is if they actually have some live plants, some nice hanging baskets. We'll see. And then I actually haven't seen a bunch of Sansevieria in these Nature's Way ceramic planters. So this is a really pretty one right here. This is a bird's nest type Sansevieria. I like the variegation of that as well. And these are all $8.98 right now at most Home Depots. It looks like most of them are on sale for $8.98. We see some neon pothos right over here. They look a little underwatered, but nonetheless, you can always revive a pothos. And then here we have our favorite, our Hydra Helix. I'm really thinking about doing a Hydra Helix challenge where I'm gonna buy a Hydra Helix and do like daily updates in one whole video and then like premiere it for you guys to see if I can keep it alive. But yes, this is a special buy indeed. We have some more ZZ plants right here for $8.98. What I like about Lowe's is they have very predictable plants, but for the most part, they have lots of plants. Like this one right here, I'm gonna try to lift it. This is a Proven Winners Leaf Joy Venti bowl. That's with, you know, the exposed roots and water. I think that's really cool for some hydroponics. I have one growing. I ended up getting a philodendron Birkin not too long ago. And then we also have, I feature this every time, we have a Aglaonema red Siam right over here. Look at the beautiful edging of red on the leaves. I really think that's a stunning plant. Even if it's very common, it's an easy to grow plant, and I think you would really love to just add that to your plant collection. So I'm really urging people to really get into Aglaonemas. I love them so much. Syngoniums are always going to be my first love, but Aglaonemas are starting to take the crown. We'll see. But here we have this Leaf Joy H2O series. Really like it. This is the philodendron Birkin that I ended up getting a couple of days ago. It's growing in a beautiful bowl like this. These are $29.98 each, but it's a nice size bowl. I love the roots. So if you just like looking at roots, this is a plant that you would want to get. We also have some more Proven Winners right over here, some more philodendron Birkins. I'm noticing that there are a lot more mass-produced philodendron Birkins. I don't know if they're like tissue cultured or if they just had a big batch. We've just seen a lot of it, but look at the variegation of this philodendron Birkins. It's really, really pretty. And these, I don't know the price. I think they're $19.98 as well at most Home Depot. But I do like that. I'm glad that I ended up adding a philodendron Birkin into my collection. I mean, look at that electrifying stripes and, you know, veining of that plant. And then we also have some Tradescanthia Nanook by Proven Winners right over here. They call it a different Tradescanthia, but I think it's pretty much the Nanook version. And we have some Monstera Adansonii. This is a Ficus elastica, what I would call a ruby, but Proven Winners calls this Belize. Nonetheless, it is a huge, hugely popular plant, and then I love the variegation of this. This is like a more subdued Ficus elastica taniki. I love rubber plants, are easy to grow, and then we're gonna look at this philodendron Birkins again. This is what they have so far as a setup. So obviously this Home Depot has an actual like greenhouse type section, but I wanted to look at what they had indoors, and we have another Monstera Adansonii. Really like this Thinanthe plant right over here. It's a close relative of Calatheas. They're like the prayer plant. Very finicky plants, but they're really beautiful as well. And then we have another lemon lime philodendron right over there by Proven Winners. That's also 1998. So for an early morning run, I'm already seeing some really nice looking plants. Like, look at the roots over here. Isn't that gorgeous? I just like looking at the roots, and I might end up getting a couple more Leaf Joy H2O venti bowls. I think they're really nice. I would love to get into just straight hydroponics, and this would be really cool. Now, in terms of like plant nutrients, I definitely changed the water out for mine. Like, I changed the water out, I put a little bit of Super Thrive, and then I used the Miracle Grow houseplant liquid fertilizer. I just put like 1 or 2 drops just to give it some nutrients, because I haven't bought like straight up hydroponics plant nutrients. What else do we have going on here? I do like that they have these plants merchandise in stripe. It's a really good look. So we're gonna go ahead and walk over to the nursery part. As you can see, we're still getting out of the holidays. It is January 7th when I'm filming this. So you can see that there's a lot of storage bins. So let's go ahead and walk into this. So this is similar to the Prosper, Texas kind of setup. They have their own little like greenhouse setup for the indoor plants, which I really like. And as you can see, we are greeted by a bunch of large Majesty palms. I see Majesty palms everywhere, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of a panning around here. This is really cool. We can see that we have that same collection of plants in one planter. We have a Dieffenbachia, an Aglaonema red Siam, and then a golden pothos. So I think that's really cool. Although I think the Dieffenbachia are different. Like, there's one that has more variegation. There's one that has like a very bright variegation right over here. So you can see the different leaf types. I love Dieffenbachia. I would like to get into Dieffenbachia, but I just don't know if I can give them the correct lighting conditions. They do require a lot of bright indirect light. So for those looking to do Dieffenbachia in their collection, please be mindful of that. And look at these massive Majesty Majesty palms. Like, I don't know who would have that space to put one of these, but for $59.98 for such an established looking plant, that is a really good deal. I would say Home Depot and Lowe's have the best Majesty palms. We have smaller ones for $29.98 here, and then we also have some more Sansevieria right over here. I used to really like snake plants, but believe it or not, they're actually difficult to grow. I always tell people, don't water them. You can not water them for like 2 months and they will be okay. They will actually like probably prefer that. And then for my viewer that wants to see more Hoya, here you go. We got some beautiful Hoya hanging baskets. These ones are $19.98. I'm not exactly sure what this Hoya is, but it's a very pretty looking one. This one is, yeah, $19.98 by Vigoro. I'm thinking about getting some more hanging baskets for my home. So far I've bought a Hoya Crimson Princess by Costa Farms Exotic Angels hanging basket. And then at Rubel's, I bought an amazing looking Epipremnum Global Green Pothos. But look at this right here. It's really happy. As you can see, it's shooting out new runners. That's going to have some more leaves. I find Hoyas very pretty. It's just, I'm a little bit afraid about just mealybugs because I am still struggling with some residual mealybugs here and there in my house collection, and I've been spraying my plants. I've gotten We the Wild neem oil to spray as well, but we'll see. This one is another pretty Hoya. I believe this is the Hoya Crimson Princess. So this one was $19.98, but Costa Farms sells one as well for $19.98, but it's a much fuller trailing looking plant. So I would suggest if you find an Exotic Angels hanging basket, definitely pick this up. Although I would say the Vigoro hanging basket is not bad at all. I mean, look at, there's some more new leaves right here, new growth. Love the variegation of this, and I really want to try to sun stress my Hoya. They always get those pretty pinks And just Hoyas are just really interesting in general. They just are a little bit prone to mealybugs, so just make sure you're observing and looking at your plants when you grow Hoya. That's just my personal opinion, just a little tip. Like I said, again, I'm not a professional plant botanist. I'm just going by my experience. So let me know what you guys think for like pest prevention in the comments. What do you guys do for that? But we're looking at some more massive plants right here. So this one, I at least looked at the plant ID. It is an Alocasia Regal Shields. This one is an Alocasia Regal Shields, and look at the beautiful purple veining of this massive plant. What else do we got going on over here at this Lowe's? We got some more Majesty Palms here. I like how they have the table set up. And then this one is an Alocasia California. I have a variegated Alocasia like that too, but I believe it's an Alocasia Odora, variegated Odora. And then we have some more hanging baskets for $19.98 by Vigoro. And you could see that those aerial roots on the Philodendron Brazil is really cool. But like I was saying before, I like how they have these plants separated in different tables. So you can see that there's some Alocasia right over here. We have this really cool Dieffenbachia that I still don't know the plant ID. They're at every single Home Depot that I visit. So for those who know the ID for this Dieffenbachia, please let me know. This is a really pretty Dieffenbachia for sure. I love looking at Lowe's plants just because it's like they don't really rely on Costa Farms plants. They have their own little plants, like, you know, Vigoro's being sold here, Nature's Way. So I think that that's their brand in terms of what plants they're selling. And at Lowe's, they sell mostly Costa Farms plants. So unless these are, you know, unless Vigoro is part of Costa Farms, I'm not 100% sure. But right now we are looking at this beautiful pony, you know, pony, what is it? I'm trying to say ponytail palm. Yes, ponytail palm. And then we have some more birds of paradise right on this end right here. More birds of paradise. This is a really cool Ficus lyrata. Look at how huge these leaves are. And what I like about Ficus lyrata is they have a natural shine to them. I'm really flirting with the idea of getting a Ficus lyrata in my collection, but I know that they get massive, and I just don't know if I have enough highlight for them to really sustain and keep them happy in my home. That's a really pretty Alocasia Regal Shields, and you can see that they have babies. So there were some corms already with this Alocasia. I think that's really interesting. I would definitely leave the babies with the mother plant at this point. Super cool. Love Alocasia. I ended up actually adding an Alocasia Silver Dragon to my collection. I found a Trading Tropicals Costa Farms one during a Walmart haul. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do some updates on my Alocasia. But yes, we are looking at these beautiful Ficus lyrata right over here. They're not in tree form yet, but they look gorgeous. I love the natural sheen. And right next to the Ficus elastica burgundy, it just gives you more sheen. This is definitely what you would call a rubber plant for sure. Definitely like that. And then we have some more Dracaena right over here. I'm not really a fan of that Dracaena with the stump. And then we have some more bird of paradise right over here. As we're walking, we're gonna be walking over here to go look at more Alocasia, some large Alocasia. So those are $59.98. And then we see another beautiful Alocasia right over here. This is $59.98. I love just even the green, just a normal green Alocasia is very massive. My neighbors actually grow an Alocasia in their backyard, and it's interesting that it always comes back every year larger. So, I mean, you can grow Alocasia outside and then they do go dormant. So I think that's really interesting right over here. And this is in, you know, North Dallas, Texas. But you can see that there are large leaves for this Alocasia. I love the veining of Alocasia. It's very pretty. And it's just nice to go to like a big box store like Home Depot first thing in the morning when there's not a lot of people shopping and all of that natural sunlight is actually hitting you as well. So this one is $19.98 for this beautiful Dracaena. I see these often and they're very reliable plants. I used to have one as well. The only thing I did to kill it is because I overwatered. So I tend to overwater And this time around, I'm really just gonna get a feel for the soil to just make sure I'm not overwatering, especially since I love aglaonema, and aglaonema hate to be overwatered. So, but I think that with my soil mix that I have, it's super ultra chunky. That's kind of preventing me from like overwatering, just because the soil doesn't retain as much moisture. But as you can see right here, we have some more spathiphyllum. I love spathiphyllum. And look at these philodendron red Congo. This one is $26.98 for such a large specimen. This is awesome. So if you're in the hunt for like large specimen plants, definitely check out your Lowe's. I noticed that a lot of Lowe's are getting restocked. I remember talking to one and they were saying that they're getting ready for spring. We're still in winter, but I am curious to see what plants we will see this spring and this year for 2024. We also have some Epipremnum aureum, golden pothos. It's a classic one right here. And then some more Hoya by Vigora, $14.98. That's not bad at all. And look at the beautiful variegation of that Hoya. So I think for Hoya, as far as like plant care, you just definitely need to give them as much bright indirect light. You can see when they're happy, they start shooting out those shoots. Lots of light help them out. Water, but not over water. And that's basically it. As far as pests, I think they're most prone to mealybugs. The rubbery leaves, the thick rubbery leaves, sometimes has mealybugs just kind of hiding in there. So please make sure to check out the leaves often, because next thing you know, you'll have like a mealybug infestation. That's what happened with my Hoya Chelsea. Like, I didn't realize there were so many mealybugs underneath the leaves that I ended up having to chunk it. And then right over here, we have a Pilea peperomoides plant, or the UFO plant. That's a beautiful plant right there as well. I'm looking for a variegated version. And then we have some more Vigoro sansevieria or snake plants right here for $14.98. I'm actually not as big of a fan for these type of snake plants. I like the starfish snake plants. It's just easier to maintain. They like, for some reason, at least with snake plants in the past, even though I don't water them, they're prone to getting like rot or fungus or something of that nature. So I've kind of steered away from sansevieria or snake plants, unless it's like the starfish version where there's just really thick leaves for it. And then we have some more Dracaena marginata. That's a beautiful plant right there. We have some more peace lily, or what you would call a spathiphyllum, for $14.98. Now this plant is an easy plant as well. It doesn't really need a lot of light. Like literally you can put it in your bathroom. It can live in the dark. It can tolerate it. The only thing about spathiphyllum is that they're super dramatic. Like if you don't water them, they just like droop and you would think that they're about to die. But as soon as you water them, they perk back up. Look at the red veining of that Ficus elastica burgundy though. I love looking at that. Just even the dark leaves, it's just amazing. And as you can see, we have some more Dracaena marginata right over here. That's beautiful. And then we have some more ZZ plants by Vigoro. These are $14.98. Very easy to grow plant. The only way you can kill a ZZ plant is if you overwater it, and if you allow it to get a pest like mealybugs. They are also prone to it. And I really like this Dracaena right here for $14.98. I know that this is a common Dracaena. You see this often. You see this at Walmart. You see this at Lowe's. You definitely see this at Home Depot. But look at the variegation here. Sometimes I feel like what you would call common houseplants or even Dracaena are so underrated. But you got to think, what makes a plant great is the upkeep, right? If it's not a difficult plant and you see new growth, wouldn't you agree that that's what makes a plant great? And like, we should probably have more of those in our collection versus those very finicky plants that are expensive, considered rare, etc., etc. I can go on a tangent with that. Let me know if you agree in the comments, but I just feel like these common house plants or more commonly seen plants that you see at big box stores should definitely get some more love. Like, now we're going to go ahead and see that there is a table full of Calathea lancifolia or rattlesnake Calathea. These are absolutely gorgeous. I ended up just getting a Calathea macuyana instead versus the lancifolia, just because I like what the leaves look like. But these are really pretty too. I love the leaves. And then the purple undertone is just majestic. Like really, really love that. And then we have some Aglaonema Silver Bay. I would highly recommend anybody who wants like an easy to care plant to get an Aglaonema Silver Bay. That's like everybody's first Aglaonema, that or the Aglaonema Red Siam. But anyways, these are how much? $32.98. So they're a little bit more pricey, but you get a huge plant. I already have one. I ended up getting my Aglaonema Silver Bay at a different Lowe's, the $14.98 Vigoro version. And then we are also looking at this Philodendron Hope. I see these often, mostly at Home Depot, and we're gonna take this down and take a look at the leaves. But what I wanna know is, why are the leaves always like dusty and like, it just looks, it doesn't look clean. I really feel like if you put some leaf shine, get it cleaned up with some neem oil, it would definitely be a beautiful plant. I've seen variegated versions of this plant selling for quite a bit of money. But let us take a look at the rest of the plants right over here. It looks like we have another shelf full of proven winners plants. So somebody in the comments asked me to take my time to take a look at the smaller plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull each one out. Now these are $5.98. So this one is another Tradescantia, feeling a little bit flirty, but I would call this the Nanook. Very beautiful plant. I love the pink undertones, really, really gorgeous. And then we have another Fittonia plant here by Proven Winners. I don't really want to grow this type of plant. I feel like it's one of those like annual plants that would just easily die after like a month or two. Let me know if you've had success growing this long term and how big you've gotten it. That'd be really cool. And then we have this oyster plant. Somebody was saying that this plant actually gets very leggy. So I thought that it would like maintain its like small compact growth, but these are $5.98 by Proven Winners. I really like the beautiful purple and pink undertones. I think that's a gorgeous look. I love pink plants mostly. I like pink variegation. I like pink everything. I even have pink planters. And let's see, we have a Peperomia ortusifolia, just a regular version, not the variegate. And you can see that it's actually blooming. So that little rat tail looking thing, and this is $5.98, is an actual bloom. So this plant is actually happy. And then we have another Marble Queen Pothos for $5.98. That's pretty. What else do we have over here? We have some more Proven Winners for $19.98. We have another Tradescantia right over there. And then we have this interesting plant right over here for $5.98. Actually, it's really interesting. I like the foliage. I'm not really a fan of putting it in my personal collection, but it's pretty cool looking. And then we have some more, let's see, this is a juvenile spider plant, so it hasn't actually, you know, shot out some new babies, but these are really pretty too. I always thought that these would be easy to care plants, but for some reason, maybe it's the water I use, the edgings end up turning brown. So like, I don't know if that, I'm just not taking care of it, but I'm thinking it might be a water problem or the watering problem that I'm doing. We also have these cuties. I think I'm going to end up actually getting one of these Nanthes, especially this one right here. Look at the roots. I probably should take this one with me today, but look at how beautiful the leaves are. Really like that silver leaf and then those very pronounced veins. This is a really cool epipremnum. It's called Hawaiian Pothos. You can see there's a little bit more variegation. I think it's a golden pothos, but you know, it's really happy because now it's trailing a little bit more. The only thing is somebody's gonna have to put a little bit of water because it's about to run out of water, and you know, they need water to grow. But look at the extensive root system. That's what you call root porn right there, root porn right there. This is Hawaiian, the Hawaiian Pothos. What else do we have going on here? Really cute Dracaena as well. And I find that seeing the roots of a Dracaena in water, I don't typically see that. That's really cool. And I just love that plant right here. I might actually end up getting one of these easy to care Dracaenas in that size. I know they get a little bit big, so I just need to make sure that I am mindful of my space. And we have another Calathea right over here. This one's a beautiful one too, just because I like the leaves. Look at that leaves, and it has like a natural shine to it as well. Calathea are beautiful plants. I just wish they weren't so finicky. Like my Calathea ortusifolia isn't doing as well. Orbifolia, my Calathea orbifolia isn't doing as well, and like I give it all the love I can get. There's even a humidifier next to it. This is a really cool fern that Proven Winners has as well. That one's for $19.98. So Proven Winners has been coming up with some really cool plants. You know, their selection of Calathea, philodendron, ferns, Tradescanthia. That's really cool. And then this is a philodendron rojo right over here. This is beautiful as well. This one is also $19.98. I actually don't like the basket or like the woven basket look for these Proven Winners. I wish they would have just got with more like a sleek, you know, very simple white pot. That would have done, you know, done better for styling, at least for me. But look at these beautiful Calathea right over here. This one is Sweet Dreams Exotica Calathea. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. I love the leaves. And look at the underside. It's got a purple underside right over here. Do you guys actually have a lot of Calathea in your plant collection? I'm curious to see for any of you plant foldies if you've had any Calatheas and if you have a lot of them. But I am also looking at this philodendron Birkin. So this one is actually $19.98 as well. Or actually, no, this isn't $19.98. This is, well, I think it is. Anyways, look at the variegation of this. So what I'm doing with my philodendron Birkins is I'm actually giving it a lot of light with an artificial grow light just growing above it. You can see like this one right here. This one is also a philodendron Birkins, but you can see there's not a lot of variegation as compared to the one right next to it. So just be mindful about the light conditions you give your philodendron Birkins. I heard that you get better variegation with more light. This is another beautiful Calathea, and what I found interesting about this Calathea right over here for $19.98 is the undersides isn't like purple or pink, it's all green. So if you want more of like a lime green look about it, that's awesome. It reminds me of like peacock feathers, almost just the way the textures are. And then right over here are some more Aroids or Monstera. We have a Monstera deliciosa right there. And then this is a beautiful philodendron Florida green. So I have one philodendron Florida green. So glad that they have these available. These are just a little bit harder to find back in the day, but now you can go into pretty much any Home Depot and you'll be able to find a philodendron Florida green. I haven't seen philodendron Florida greens featured at any Lowe's. I don't know if Costa Farms is selling them, but I'm glad that Proven Winners has these readily available. This is another interesting philodendron that I would highly recommend. It's very easy to grow actually, and it is a fast grower. What I'm doing with mine is I'm letting it grow up a little bit more, and then I'm planning on chopping it up, propagating it in water, and then making an even more full plant, which I'm going to grow on a moss pole or some type of pole so I can really get mature leaves. Because right now these are still juvenile leaves, but when they get mature big leaves, they're so stunning. So that one's for, you know, that's a beautiful plant right there. There's another Florida green right over here, and this one is this one's in a better pot. I actually like the ceramic white pot. I just wish it didn't have a lip. Like I just wish it was like a simple white pot where it didn't bevel like that. But you can see that this philodendron is happy. It's got some new growth right here. It also has a natural shine to its leaves, which I absolutely love. So we will see if there are even more philodendrons that Proven Winners this year will provide, but this one's $29.98. So all of these size plants by Proven Winners is gonna be $29.98. I like the pot. I just wish it didn't have that bevel. I wish it was just a simple, you know, planter. This one is another philodendron Florida green. I'll go ahead and place that there, but we'll take a look at the Monstera deliciosa. So let's pan in on the leaves. And what I find interesting about Monstera deliciosa is the ones at least that Proven Winners provides is the leaves are beautiful and they're typically healthy. Like even this simple one right here where it started to fenestrate, that's really cute. This one is for $29.98 as well. So Back then, this used to be another hard to get plant. It used to be an it plant. I don't know if people are still into Monstera deliciosa. For me, it's a classic plant. I have one that I propagated in water that I just need to repot. I'll do another video for that, but this Monstera deliciosa I find interesting. So they have different versions like the Monstera cereana, but look at how this one right here, like how wide the leaves are. Very interesting leaf shape and fenestration. This doesn't look like a typical Monstera deliciosa. So I just wanted to point that out, that the leaf shape was really wide, like circular. Here we have another alocasia right here. I can't really pronounce the name, but this one's for $29.98. I saw this at another Home Depot and I just thought it was stunning. I love the elongated leaves. This is another alocasia I would add to my collection. Actually, this year I might add a bunch of alocasia. We're gonna see what this looks like for me. I need to slow down a little bit. I already know that even when I'm doing these plant shopping tour videos, I'm ending up spending a little bit more money just because I tend to just make the footage, but then there might be a plant that I want to pick up. I've been very good so far though, but there have been moments where I've like broken down. Like this one is $29.98, but look at how beautiful those leaves are, and the undersides of purple really look good. The thing about alocasia is you don't want to overwater them. They're prone to spider mites. Bright indirect light is what you need, in high humidity. That's like the plant care tips I would give for alocasia. Not that I'm a professional, but that's what's worked for a lot of people. And then we're going to be looking at some more Leaf Joy H2O. Proven winners, venti bowls. Look at that. There are more roots right over here. Look at these roots. These roots are bright white. So this Monstera adansonii seems to be very happy. I just want to show you the roots. Look at that. So for those who just want to see some roots, you need to go ahead and get you a little Proven Winners Leaf Joy H2O venti bowl. And then these ones right here, I think are Philodendron Prince of Orange. Look at that, beautiful. Look at the new growth, it's orange. Really like that, that look for it. And this is by Nature's Way. Nice looking philodendron. These are the philodendron that are more like compact and grow and spread versus like wanting to climb. So I like that type of philodendron. I'm in the hunt for a philodendron moonlight. I like the neon color. And then these are the Vigoro hanging baskets that we see at every single Home Depot. These are for $15.98, the smaller ones, or actually $19.98. Sorry about that. These are Scindapsus exotica. We have some Marble Queen Pothos. I love looking at Marble Queen Pothos, especially ones that are highly variegated. Sometimes I feel like there might be Snow Queen Pothos. I remember having a Snow Queen one where it was like super highly variegated, but then the moment I stopped giving it highlight, it started to revert. So Marble Queen Pothos, you definitely need to give it some bright indirect light if you want to maintain that variegation. And then we also have some just regular golden pothos. We have some Monstera adansonii right over here. These are really pretty. I think adansonii should grow up a pole though. I like their leaves to get a little bit larger. So I'm hoping to have that as one of my goals for 2024. I'll make a video for you guys of that progress as well. But look at these Epipremnum aureum Marble Queen right here. Look at that variegation. I just like simple plants like that. And then we can also look at the Monstera Adansonia. You can see that there are a lot of Adansonia over here. They're fairly healthy. And then we can see in the on the bottom that there are some neon pothos, but they are easy to grow. And then we have some orchids right over here. We're gonna walk around here and take a look at some more of the plants. We have some Calathea lancifolia, some more alocasia, a really cool Monstera deliciosa that just unfurled a beautiful new leaf. That's gorgeous. And then some Florida green philodendron. We have another beautiful philodendron rojo Congo. Really like that. This one is for $29.98. I actually like that, but I'm looking for more of like a philodendron black cardinal if I'm going to get something that looks like that. And then we have another Calathea. So Proven Winners has some really good plants. I'm hoping they will release some different kinds of plants for 2024, just because these are the same plants that I've seen at most Home Depots. Sometimes you'll get surprised, like for instance, I finally know that this is a Calathea medallion. So thank you, proven winners, for adding those plant IDs. Costa Farms, I need you to come through and give us some plant IDs. But as you can see, I've spent quite a bit of time just walking around here, looking at these plants. I love looking at all this greenery. It's very relaxing. So I hope you guys are enjoying these types of videos. Like I said, again, I'll try to at least get 2 videos up for you every day, or as much as I can. As long as you guys are engaging with me, I'll keep producing videos. I really love that last premiere. We had about 44 people tuned in. So that was amazing. And then there are more people participating in the chat. That's the fastest way for you to get in touch with me live, is just to go during a premiere, either at 9 a.m. or 6 p.m. I will be in the chat so we can, you know, chat about plants and whatnot. But this one right here, I'm just looking at these hanging baskets again. They're good. I would just say that the Costa Farms Exotic Angels hanging baskets are I think better quality. But I did want to come back here because I actually like the variegation of this Dracaena marginata. Look at the cream and yellow and pink leaves. That's really stunning. My grandmother has one that's just as large, and she's been able to propagate from it as well. But this Home Depot definitely is well organized. I would say the other Home Depot in Prosper, Texas might have a better selection or just healthier plants. Maybe this one had just gotten restocked a week earlier. But otherwise, I hope you guys like this little, you know, big box shopping video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.